Hey everyone, your host Katie Lipp here. Welcome back to Cash is Queen. I hope you all are doing well. I know it's a busy time of year, especially for those of you out there that have little ones, going back to school and then after, the summer, finding your routine again. We are all here for it. I hope all of that goes smoothly for all of you. And today I wanted to talk about your business support system, finding the women who get it. So, networking isn't just about getting clients, referrals, or business opportunities. As a business owner, you need a circle of people who actually get it, people who you can turn to for support, ideas, advice, and perspective. And today I wanted to talk about 5 things I've learned about building that kind of network, and how it can help you specifically in your business. And just kind of a big part of why I do what I do with this Cash is Queen podcast and also with Law Practice Queen business coaching, my business consultancy, is to throw the rope back for women in business and women in law. So I want to give you what I've learned about this business support system. So the first thing I've learned is your network is not just for business, it is actually your support system. So it is other people who get it, who you can vent to and talk to about the hard stuff that's happening in your business confidentially. You can get tips from them, recommendations, and advice. You can bounce ideas off of them. You can ask, is this normal? Or what would you do? Just having other business owners who understand things that your employees or friends or family may not. So that is sometimes when you think about traditional networking, you think about people that you go out to lunch with or like exchange business cards with, or maybe you're trying to get them as a client. Your business support system and your network is deeper than that. It's people you can reach out to advance your business in ways that you wouldn't necessarily get from like a more transactional relationship, such as a client or something of that nature. So I want to encourage you as you grow your business to reach out to your support system for help, to this business support system for help. Okay. The second thing, and I'll go through kind of 5 things I've learned about building this kind of business support system. But the second thing I've learned is you don't need hundreds of relationships. You want to think about quality over quantity, a smaller circle of people you actually know and trust. That can be much more valuable. And you don't have to meet everyone at a networking event. 2 or 3 meaningful connections can make it worthwhile. So I just want you to be thinking quality over quantity. And I know that a lot of the business growth metrics we see online kind of encourage you to get lots of impressions or lots of likes or lots of engagement. But really, what we're looking for is how can we get the support we need for our businesses and grow them in the way that works for us, not necessarily not all of us want a big business, right? I am keeping my business consultancy, Law Practice Queen, just me. That's what I want to do with it. And then with my law firm, I want to still keep it small. I have 5 attorneys, including myself. And then I have managers and back office support staff and contractors and other people that are integral to supporting our operations. But I don't want to grow a big law firm. So again, going back to this concept of quality over quantity, it will really help you as you grow your business support system. So the third thing I've learned in this process is the best networking doesn't actually feel like networking. When I first started networking as a younger attorney, I was trying to network with people who I thought could help me with things. Like maybe there was this one lawyer who was really famous and well known. And I was like, oh, if I could get a lunch with her, then that would be a great stepping stone for my career. But she never got back to me. We never set up a lunch. And she didn't like ignore me or anything, but it just never came together. And so I would say don't approach every relationship asking what can this person do for my business. I would instead be curious about people and what they're building, focus on genuine relationships rather than transactions. And referrals and opportunities often develop naturally from those relationships. Just as a side note, sorry that I'm clearing my throat. I've been getting over this cold for like the past month. Nothing like a summer cold. So yeah, the best networking doesn't feel like networking. You're really trying to connect with other people that you think you would have some sort of business relationship with, but it can also just be a friendship with somebody else who is in your same industry. Or, for example, I am an employment law firm owner, so I like to network with other employment law firm owners or just other law firm owners in general who are in my same geographic area in the Fairfax, Virginia area. I also like to, if I meet someone else who's also a lawyer and a coach, I like to meet with them as well, just to learn more about how they're navigating having, multiple businesses, which is not an easy thing. So, going on to the fourth thing, you need people at different stages of business ownership. So you can have people ahead of you who have already navigated some of your challenges, peers who are at the same level as you, who are dealing with the same things you are, people earlier in their journey who bring different perspectives. You don't need to have like a one size fits all for your network. You don't need everyone in your network to look like you or have the same size business. I think it's really helpful actually to meet other business owners in other industries to see how they're navigating growth, to see how they're navigating having employees or remote work, things of that nature. You can get a lot of really great ideas about business growth and running a business by meeting people in other industries. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why I originally started with Law Practice Queen business coaching lawyers on business growth, but then I opened it up to just generally female business owners. And that's why I have the Law Practice Queen Squad, which is my networking community for female lawyers and entrepreneurs, because we all run into a lot of the same issues. And it's very helpful talking to people across different industries. I feel like sometimes the legal industry can view things one way, and it doesn't always have to just be one way, right? Like there's a lot of ideas sometimes we miss out on by not networking with people outside of our industry. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about as far as building a business support system is relationships get better with repetition. So real relationships usually aren't built from meeting someone once. Seeing someone repeatedly creates familiarity and trust, and then over time, acquaintances can become friends, referral partners, collaborators, and trusted sounding boards. And a community is different from simply attending an occasional networking event. So I want you to think about, as you're deciding where to put your networking resources, think about consistency and repetition is something that will really help you grow your business, not just from meeting with the same people and like developing relationships on a deeper level with the same people and creating that consistency, but also with what you're focusing on as a business owner. And not just like, I think there's a tendency as entrepreneurs to jump around to different things, and to not like to kind of abandon projects and to say like, oh, I don't know if this is working, and just to like jump around from thing to thing. I think it's better to implement consistency for not only for your brand, but also for your audience, and also just for, efficiency's sake. So relationships do get better with repetition. And I would try to come up with a system where you're keeping track of who you're meeting up with, or to set up some sort of a way where you're coming across people regularly. So if I have, for example, I have a few female law firm owners that I like to meet up with for lunch. While we're at the lunch, that we meet up occasionally once every couple of months or so, we'll set up the next lunch. I really like to do that with a lot of things in my life. For example, doctor's appointments. While I'm at one doctor's appointment, I set up the appointment for the next time. So it doesn't just like fall off the radar because we're busy, right? And with networking, with this type of, building a support network for yourself as a business owner, you want to try to set up that continuity with your relationships and to give those relationships a chance to grow. So I just wanted to also talk to you today. This idea of having a business support system is a big part of why I created the Law Practice Queen Squad. So, the Law Practice Queen Squad is my community for female lawyers and entrepreneurs. It's a networking community for female business owners and lawyers who want to build genuine relationships with other women in business and law. You don't have to be a squad member to try one of my networking events. I do quarterly virtual networking events on Zoom. And the next one coming up is on September 18th from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. It's open to female business owners and lawyers. It's $35 to attend the September event. It's friendly, it's conversational, it's low pressure virtual networking. It's just a chance to meet other women, talk about what you're working on, and start building your own business support system. And in these sessions, I facilitate them personally. I am focusing on, sometimes I'll choose different topics. Like one of the most recent topics we focused on was what's something that's working for you as far as business growth. And kind of sharing those resources with the group. And that was a really, really helpful session. So we may continue to go back to that. I'll probably revisit that for the September event because we got a lot of really good ideas and resources that were shared flowing from that prompt. So I'd love it if you could attend the September 18th networking event. If you're looking to join the Law Practice Queen Squad, the membership includes annual access to the regular networking events, which occur quarterly, and then there's 2 additional squad-only events. It also includes 1 hour of private business consulting with me, Katie Lipp, and then it provides this ongoing community rather than just a one-time networking experience. So just in closing, you don't have to build your business alone. Finding a few women who truly get it can make running and growing a business easier and a lot more enjoyable. So if you're looking for more of those women in your own circle, I'd love to have you join us on the September 18th event. It will be great. If you are unable to make the September event, hold on, let me just pull up my calendar. The next one after that is October 16th. And then I take a break for November and December because it's just really busy with the holidays, and I kick it back off in January. So if you're looking to get this type of support, I would definitely join for either the September or the October event. I will put the link to join in the show notes if you want to join just for one of the events, or you can join the Law Practice Queen Squad. You can also head to lawpracticequeen.com to see all of the events that I'm hosting, the one-off events, and then also the squad membership. So thank you all for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.